welcome to the Pattern Queen special extra Halloween 13 SWF.
How's that
So,
for a hashtag?
yeah, I got it, huh? So we are here to just check in with you. We have today to check in, and then we'll do our regular video on Saturday.
Which will be our final start. Well, will be my final start piece for the 13.
And then and it might be my final start. We'll see,
Okay.
because I may just want to keep going on this.
Right.
And then we'll check back in early next week.
Yes, and just give you a recap of all of the Halloween goodness.
Yeah, you can see how crazy we've been.
Yes. How sane I've been and
Yeah.
even, and the chaos that happened over there.
Especially, I feel like mine is especially chaotic because I've only been able to get in like maybe 1 hour sprints of stitching, and it's like I'm forcing them into my schedule.
Now, Saturday's project, when Katie starts, should get a lot of time.
It should. And I think that by deciding I'm going to start something on Saturday, I know which one I'm going to start today because I know which one I want to spend more time on Saturday.
Yes. Saturday is when the Black Needle Society Facebook group is hosting the
Witching Hour Stitch Together.
I know. I'm like, I can't get it in my head. The Witching Hour Stitch Together. And we've had a lot of people asking to join the group. It's really exciting. If you've asked to join the group and you haven't been let in, make sure you answered the questions. I tried reaching out to some people who had asked to join the group, but I haven't gotten any responses back on those. So we will decline you if you don't answer the questions, because we just don't want
duplicated accounts and people fishing for personal information and things like that.
Yeah.
We're trying to keep our members safe.
Yes. So that's our excitement. But
I'm looking forward
Keisha,
to that.
what have you been up to?
All right. Well, on gosh, what day is this? Okay, on Monday. It's been a week, guys.
Yes.
On Monday, I spun that I was going to work on a Candy a Day from the Frosted Pumpkin, and that's in this year's Just Cross Stitch Halloween issue. This is a picture of it on my phone because I don't know where I put the magazine. Luckily, I take pictures of all of the physical patterns I have because I prefer to work from my phone, so it's fine. I just don't know where the magazine is right now. Probably underneath.
Were you the one who had a pattern go completely missing too?
Yes.
And you can't finish it. So I feel like you've also probably had a life lesson from that one.
Yes. But yeah, the magazine, I mean, it's in the living room somewhere. It's probably underneath a baby seat or a blanket or who knows.
Underneath
but anyway,
James, because he's hiding it, you know.
Right. Anyway, this is where I got to this
Wow.
week. And this is on Spring Morning, 32 count Lugana from Color and Cotton. And yeah, I made some James slept the past couple of days. I got the bottom row on the monster here, and then I got all of the light purple that you see around here, and then all of the purple going up here.
Awesome.
So that is that one. And then
I'm also going to say that the piece of fabric that I was supposed to give you for that one has still not shown up.
It won't show up until November 1st.
We're going to find it, and I'm going to wrap it and give it to you for Christmas.
Sounds perfect. I love it as a gift. And then the other thing I worked on this week, or the past few days, is Booby's Apiary from Ardith Designs. And this has been my work project. And I'll just give you the full shot. And I'll get it a little bit closer. And you can't, don't worry, there's going to be back stitching around them. Okay, you can kind of, if I get really close in here, you can see these wings.
Oh,
just barely. I filled in, I got both of the wings filled in.
Awesome.
And I started on some stuff over here. You can just barely see it. You can see it better in person, and it's going to be backstitched around. It's going to be fine, I promise.
I don't think I realized that the wings were solid stitched underneath the back stitching from your pattern.
Yes. So here's the pattern. You can kind of, well, if I turn down my brightness a little bit, you can see it better. But you can see, yeah, it's all solid stitched underneath those back stitches.
Wow.
So really all I have left to do besides back stitching is all of the stuff here on the sides.
You're so close.
I'm very close. I am less than 300 stitches away, minus the back stitching.
Wow.
So I'm really hoping regardless of what I spend, I'm working on this on Halloween and it's going to be finished on Halloween. So,
it's a couple of our prompts.
yes. There are a couple stitching challenges with the witching hour stitched together. One is to stitch on something that uses 310. And there's 310 all over the place in this. And then to work on something with pumpkins or jack-o'-lanterns. And I mean, obviously, she has a great big old pumpkin for a head. So, all right, now I'll spin to see what I'm going to work on the next few days.
Okay.
Maybe it'll be Booby's apiary. Maybe I'll get that finished. Oh, I will be working on the Evil Queen from Bendy Stitchy Designs, and this is where I was at last time.
Oh, I love it.
So I'll probably get that apple done, especially since my wonderful Floss Fairies, the Landis ladies, got me the red that I need to finish that.
Always
So
here
that's
to
what
help.
I've worked. Yes. So that's what I've worked on the past few days.
Okay.
You go ahead.
Katie's trying to get a little extra in. Okay, so I have been working on White Pumpkin Patch from By the Bay Needle Art.
Yes.
And I am using 32 count vintage sand dune linen from Lakeside Linens. And I had half of the black border. I had one side and along the bottom. So I did all that. Plus I've gone all the way around with the white. I only have from here to the top to get that, if I can get that out of the way, to get that border finished. So I'm not pulling another project. I'm going to work on one I was going to start on Friday. Well, that's tomorrow. But I may wait and just work on it on Saturday because really I would like to get in and be able to work on some of the pumpkins and the crow and stuff. So, I mean, I've spent all this time making a rectangle.
Yeah. Yeah, you want to get to the fun bits.
That's what I've been up to.
Awesome.
So it's you. So Katie has been working on Autumn on Autumn on Lazy Bear Mountain from Kathy Barrick.
Yes.
Which she discovered that the stitch count on this thing is 419 wide by 269 high, and she's using
30 count R&R French vanilla linen.
Which is a beautiful color.
It is. It's gorgeous. It's warm and kind of distressed looking. And I knew this piece was big. Like I knew it wouldn't fit on a 1/4 yard piece of fabric. I didn't realize how big it was. And it's actually going to take up almost my full 1/2 yard of fabric. So yeah. I was like, well, might as well just give it a 3-inch border all the way around, then really give it some wiggle room. So here, this is how big my piece of fabric is.
Oh, so it's just like an Afghan piece.
Yeah. That's a perfect winter project, all bundled in,
right.
you know. And then I have been stitching for just under an hour. I think probably like 50, 55 minutes, somewhere in there. And I'm starting on this border.
Very nice.
So I started, I'm top left stitcher, top left corner. And so I started here in the corner and I'm just working my way down. These are actually going faster than I thought they would. And I didn't realize that they were 310. I don't know why. I guess I just thought that they were like a gray, or I don't know. But so yeah, that's what they're going in. And then there's like a secondary orange color that kind of goes in the middle of that border as well. I also realized that like most of my pieces for Halloween that I chose have some kind of elaborate border on them because I keep starting on the borders.
I just love this pattern. Those trees are great.
I also, I don't know
good.
if we mentioned this on Flosstube or if it was during one of our stitching things like Stitching with Friends video chat things. But I randomly found a skein of 310 in my hoodie, and I kept putting it back in and then randomly pulling it back out a few days later and forgetting it was there. And I kept putting it in there thinking, oh, I'll get it with the project it goes with. Because mom had remembered that I was short one skein of 310 when I was buying all my supplies. And she was like, here, grab it. And so, had it, bought it, put it in my pocket, forgot. Well, I don't remember what happened to my hoodie, but today I pulled out Autumn on Lazy Bear Mountain, and I'm reading back at the chart, and I'm like, oh, this is the one I needed the extra skein of 310 for, because I needed 3 skeins and I only had 2. And so I'm reaching in the pocket of the hoodie, and I'm like, oh, I'm not finding my floss. Something happened to the hoodie and it had to get washed. So I don't know what happened to the thread.
Oh,
But
it's hanging out with the missing fabric.
Apparently it's in a washing machine somewhere. So yeah, but Dad today discovered that we had bought 310 from Witchelt, and I had totally forgotten about it, and we don't have it planned for anything. So I was like, hey Dad, toss me one of those skeins of 310. So it all worked out. I have 3 skeins for this.
Yep. So my other project will be Misfortune from Prairie Schooler. And we'll see. I don't know. I think if I work on this today and tomorrow, I might get close to finishing it, because I don't think those pumpkins and things are very big once you get going. So
Awesome.
I think my start between now and Halloween is going to be Jenny Bean's Halloween Sampler by Shakespeare's Peddler.
I think this one's bigger than you think also.
I don't know. I mean, look at the tiny tree next to it and the tiny floss palette. I don't think it's that big.
It's stitched over 1 on 40 count.
Famous last words, right? It's not that big.
I wondered if it said it back here.
Which will mean,
oh, look, 160 at least.
I think it's squarish. Oh, it doesn't say. That's one of the things. I think this was like a really early pattern of hers, because I don't think it says the stitch area on it. So that means my final pattern for Halloween will be Remember Me by Birds of a Feather.
Yes.
Oh, cool.
That's awesome. You've been really looking forward to that one.
Yes. And I've wanted to have good time to spend on it. And with us getting ready for Advent, I just haven't. I've been checking on things, calling vendors, making sure that things are really going to be here on a certain date. We've been wrapping gifts. We've been trying to organize the gifts.
Jeff is wrapping gifts right now.
Yeah. We're trying to organize the gifts so we make sure that we know where all of them are. Today I had to double check the wrapping supplies for a couple of the gifts that have yet to arrive, and I realized that we were short a couple of packages, because I had ordered based on original numbers, and then we got the green light from one of our vendors to up our quantity, so I hadn't ordered in more supplies past that. So but it's okay, because I'm doing it early, and I'm checking on things in time for us to take care of it.
I mean,
so
it's
it won't
still
affect
October.
Yeah, it won't affect shipping times. We're hoping to have this box shipping out not this weekend, but next weekend.
The first weekend in November.
The first full weekend, yeah.
So then the people who are going to open it every day like they're supposed to are going to have a box of goodies for a couple weeks that they can't even open one.
However, the friends in Australia will be very happy if their boxes show up by December 1st.
That's true. Okay, so I'll think of our friends in Australia and not think of me with a box that I can't open.
I can just hold yours. Yeah, I'll bring it over on December 1st. Now you're allowed to have it, Keisha. Okay. Here's a fun thing I posted on Instagram. We have our demo spoiler card ready to go. We have not done all the spoiler cards like this yet, because we are individually putting stickers on every single day for you to scratch off. So these are scratch off spoiler cards.
So you can have your spoiler card out. You don't have to worry about it ruining anything for you. The photo challenge is printed on the back.
And I can go ahead and show it to you because it doesn't even have spoilers. It just says gift 1, gift 2 plus a theme. And the theme was just kind of inspired by Christmas in general, not by the items. So it should be spoiler free spoiler card until you scratch off.
Exciting.
So
I was looking at this, and Keisha, it was stitched on 40 count. And on 40 count, it fit in a 9x9 frame. But it is about 160 by 160, a little over 160, like 165 by 160.
oh, here's the bag for that. And I don't know.
So yeah,
I'm using picture this plus fabric 32 count vellum.
Oh, nice. I love that.
So
Be
yeah.
good.
Okay.
All right.
I think that's probably it for today.
Yeah.
You know, all the things.
Exciting things.
Yeah.
Wait, if you can't tell, I am really excited about Advent. I think Mom's really excited about Advent.
I'm not excited at all. I'm an Advent Scrooge.
It's weird. I was talking to our reps this week on Instagram because we have a little rep chat going. It's like I feel so conflicted because I'm wrapping all of these things for Advent and I want to be watching Christmas movies while I do it, but it's the week leading up to Halloween, which is like my favorite holiday. So
Okay. I think that's it.